how can I say this? It'll sound like I'm awful about Trump because he's just a vile creature. The worst thing on the face of the earth. But anyway.
You think he's the worst thing on the face of the earth?
I do, yeah.
The Wolf of Wall Street is cashing out. Nancy Pelosi not running for re-election after 40 years in Congress.
I truly loved serving as your voice in Congress, and I've always honored the song of St. Francis, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace, the anthem of our city. That is why I want you, my fellow San Franciscans, to be the first to know. I will not be seeking re-election to Congress. With a grateful heart, I look forward to my final year of service as your proud representative.
President Trump reacting with humility and grace at the retirement of his longtime nemesis.
I thought she was an evil woman who did a poor job, who cost the country a lot in damages and in reputation. I thought she was terrible.
All right, so Dana, she will have a very comfortable retirement because she is now worth about $300 million.
In fact, you know, the Stock Act, there's a reason that they created that in Congress. But it's not that she's having a comfortable retirement. She had a comfortable life because of it. But let me back up for a second. She did spend 40 years in public service. She is beloved by many people, I'm not saying in this room, but over 40 years, she was able to achieve things that no other woman had achieved at that point. And she was somebody who she really could take the criticism and let it go. She had an ability to turn on the charm and be gracious when she wanted to, and then she could turn around and stab you in the back. And she was quintessential Washington, D.C.
Don't you think it's interesting, Dana, that while she might have been beloved for a long time, she's like a band that stayed on stage for too long?
Absolutely. And I think the other thing is that she was also feared, and she was respected by the people that she was trying to corral.
So she had lost that love and had lost that fear. And it's no surprise that she would have been unpopular in this room or among Republicans, but she had become unpopular among Democrats. And that's what's interesting. With her retirement, granted at the age of 85, she's turned over the reins. She's unpopular. Jessica, she's unpopular with the people that she's turning the reins over to. It's the AOCs. It is the socialist wing of the Democratic Party. It's the ascendant side of the left. And Nancy Pelosi's only the first. She might be the lead singer, but the band's got to go. Chuck Schumer on drums. He's done. The rest of the band is exiting the stage. And get ready for the Zoran party.
Jessica, your name was brought up.
It was invoked, as we say. I don't know where you're getting your data on her lack of popularity amongst the party. I mean, even AOC, who showed up and wanted plum committee assignments, but also wanted to trash talk everybody, Pelosi took her under her wing, and she said, this is how you get to be a star in the party. And she was the star of the Democratic National Convention in the summer of 2024. She gave this economic populism speech that could have been given by multiple people in the party, establishment wing or left side wing, and that's all because Nancy Pelosi showed her the way. She is certainly beloved by the person who's actually in charge of the party now, Hakeem Jeffries, who she handed the gavel over to and has coached him through this. And she's not just beloved by Democrats. There are a lot of Republicans who certainly at least tip their hat to him. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I know has had a bit of a lobotomy in the past few weeks, but she was on TV today saying, I'll praise Nancy Pelosi. She had an incredible career for her party. I'm very impressed at her ability to get things done. I wish we could get things done for our party like Nancy Pelosi was able to deliver for hers.
What did she deliver? What was the big piece of Obamacare? Don't we need to bail Obamacare out?
Jesse,
if it was so good, why does it need $1 billion bailout every day?
Yeah.
Let's go to you.
No.
Tell me what you think. What are you going to miss most about Nancy Pelosi?
Let me tell you what I'll miss most. What I will miss most is standing at the White House podium when I worked for President Trump and playing on loop the clip of her getting her hair done at the hair salon in San Francisco when no one else could go get their hair done during COVID. It was a case in point of hypocrisy during COVID. We played it on loop at the podium. It was great. But I will say this. When I listen to what she said as she exits the door, I've always honored the song of St. Francis, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace, the anthem of our city. I'm not going to question her faith. I know she's a devout Catholic, so I'll leave that there. But an instrument of peace, I looked up some things that she has said. First, we all remember the State of the Union 2020 when she ripped it. She ripped the State of the Union. That was after, by the way, in that State of the Union, they honored a Tuskegee airman. They brought home a loved one from overseas who got to reunite with his wife and his family. She ripped it up. Then there was that time she called Trump the domestic enemy sitting in the White House. So she called him a domestic enemy, instrument of peace. She was, though. That's what she says. She said 30% of the Republican Party has different views towards women and people of color and LGBTQ. That's an instrument of peace, if you ask me. And then the stunner, a vile creature, she called Trump the worst thing on planet Earth. She was not an instrument of peace. She was an instrument of division. And now she gets to exit stage left.
Can I just say something quickly? Because you cut me off.
You can.
September 2023, Donald Trump rallying the crowd. We'll stand up to crazy Nancy Pelosi, who ruined San Francisco. How's her husband doing? Anybody know? So that's after her husband
He was genuinely concerned, Jessica.
Kayleigh, come on.
Did he call her the worst thing on planet Earth?
God is watching us.
The worst thing on planet Earth. Do you think Donald Trump's the worst thing on planet Earth?
Her husband was attacked and got a hammer to the head. Don Jr. posts underwear and a hammer for a good Halloween costume, and Donald Trump running to be the commander-in-chief again.
Well, Jessica, Charlie Kirk got shot, and you guys cheered.
All right.
So, okay, at least Paul survived. So, in honor of Nancy leaving,
I love it.
click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.